Hi everyone. On behalf of the entire 222 team, I wanted to let you know how excited we are to provide an update on some of the key highlights from 2023. Providing organizational updates in this format is a new approach for us, so we hope you enjoy it. Since being founded in 2018, 222 has been continually blessed, and 2023 was no exception. I'd like to hand it over to Ben to speak about that in more detail.
I'd like to begin by celebrating the Lord's provision we've experienced through your partnership with 222 Foundation. Because of your support, we are working with 50 seminary students, all of whom are flourishing in their mentoring relationship with our devoted mentors. This expansion has been made possible by dedication of our supporters, both current and new ones, who understand the profound significance of their investment in the future of the church for our children and grandchildren. What's truly exciting is the global impact of the investment. Our students and alumni come from 20 countries across 5 continents, united in their commitment to teaching the truth and having kingdom impact here in the US and to the ends of the world. Friends, there's another good news. Our partnership in Dallas is thriving. From 5 students last year to 14 this year, and we are bringing that number to 20 in the next 6 months. We are truly thankful for the support of numerous churches that are providing mentors and ambassadors. The warm reception we've received here in Texas signals future filled with potential growth and impact. So once again, I affirm our collective endeavor as co-workers in God's service, according to 1 Corinthians 3:9. From the depths of our hearts, thank you for your continuous investment. We are truly encouraged by your partnership, and our prayer is that the Lord will multiply and enable all our students to be fruitful in the ministry long term, including Josh and Andrew that Mike connected with recently.
I've had the pleasure to get to know Josh over the past few years. He's one of our student partners that graduated from Moody Theological Seminary last year. He, like all of the students at 222, is someone that I would want to have as my pastor or a staff person in my church. This past February, my church was looking for someone to preach while our senior pastor was out of town, and I was able to recommend Josh. It was the first time that I was able to see a 222 student partner in action, in person in a church, and it just confirmed the fact that supporting and preparing a student like Josh while he is in seminary has the potential to have an immeasurable eternal impact for God in our churches. I also have just started to get to know one of our newer student partners, Andrew. He's a student at the Dallas Theological Seminary, and he was sharing his heart for the ministry work he is doing in the inner city of Dallas. He is reaching out to young men that seem to be as far away from God as could be, and they are responding to him, and they are engaging him in deep spiritual conversations. Yet one of the most impressive things about Andrew is that he is already engaging his young daughter in spiritual matters. While he is focused on school and work and ministry, he also has a deep desire to be the best possible husband and the best possible father that he can be, that will allow him to be the best possible pastor. We like to keep an eye on the topics that our students and mentors have talked about in the past year and plan to talk about in the future. And 75% of our students report that they have already and will continue to cover ministry-related topics like leadership, staff and volunteer management, shepherding, and discipleship, all of which are important. But what is even more valuable for our students is that almost 100% of them report talking to their mentor about personally related topics like family and parenting relationships, personal spiritual growth, self-awareness and self-management, personal finances, and how to live a holy life. These topics are at the heart of what can get a pastor sideways and are the very things that we want our students to see prepared to handle once they get into vocational ministry. We're also finding that students who benefit from 222 mentoring are twice as likely to stick in ministry than the national average for seminary students. Healthier pastors lead to healthier churches, and that is going to have an immeasurable eternal impact on our culture.
Thank you, Mike and Ben, for both of those exciting updates. God's hand and provision has been apparent in the ministry. Now I'd like to share a little bit more about what our plan is for this year. As highlighted, last year was a major step in growing the student partners by 40%, which took us from 35 to 50 students in total. As new student partners are brought on, the commitment is to walk alongside them with faith-based mentoring and financial support until they graduate, which is typically 2 to 3 years for most students. The annual investment for each student is between $7,000 to $10,000 approximately. Based on the ongoing financial needs for each of the 50 students, one of our major areas of focus is to build a sustainable model to support them until graduation. We have a strong group of current, faithful financial supporters, and we'll also need to grow that group based upon the expanded number of students. If you know anyone that may be interested in learning more about supporting the ministry financially, please let us know. The plan is to maintain the number of student partners at 50 until that financial model is fully built out. From there, we'll look at expanding the ministry as God leads. Additionally, we'll have 12 to 14 student partners which will be graduating this year, which opens up the need for more mentors as those students are replaced. If you're interested in learning more about walking alongside those students as mentors, please let us know. I had the privilege of actually being a 222 mentor before joining the organization in my current role, and I can tell you personally how fulfilling it is to serve in that capacity. These ministry leaders both crave and need people to walk alongside them, pouring into them spiritually, personally, and professionally. Please pray and consider if that's something you're being called to. Thank you for everything you do to support these future ministry leaders. Through your mentorship, donations, and sharing this ministry with others, we sincerely appreciate it.